Hello, live again. Hoping that people will be here joining me this time. Just gonna try to connect this external mic to see if it works a little better. Let me know if you are here with me. Okay, we'll start in just a couple of minutes. It is 2:55. Hello, I'm just trying to connect another line here. Hello. Okay, good. Let me know if you're here with me today. Welcome back for round 2 of Qigong on Monday. If you tuned in this morning, it was broadcast somewhere, just don't know where. I'm glad you came back. Please let us know that you're here, sending us a little note. It's still raining out there. I hope you're enjoying this Monday. It's a great time to take a good read and escape from what's going on around the world. Books are a great way to escape. Remember, if you have a sock with beans in it, have that nearby. That is what we use for tapping. If you don't have one of these, your hand and fingertips will work just as well. So we're going to start today, keeping your feet flat on the floor. We're going to do just a little bit of ocean breathing. I'm going to demonstrate this in the chair, and then I'm going to stand up and do it next to the chair. If you're able to stand up, I encourage you to do so, especially because it's important to not sit all the time. So, first thing we're going to do is sit forward in your chair. Bring your arms out as if you were gathering water. You're going to lean forward, and as you exhale, draw your palms in near your abdomen. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, draw the palms toward the abdomen. Just like you're sweeping water across your body. You're sitting in a big warm pool of water, collecting all of that water, drawing it in towards your abdomen. Now I'm going to stand up. Again, if you're able to stand up with me, please join me. So I'll stand next to the chair. Feet should be a little bit apart from your hips or straight under the hips, either one. Bring your arms out, and as you exhale, lean forward, just on the balls of the feet, hands swipe over the abdomen. So from the side, just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm breathing in, leaning back on the heels. Inhaling, shifting forward on the balls of the feet. Exhaling, drawing the hands back toward the abdomen. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to repeat this a few times. Each time, see if you can make the movement a little slower. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm just going to breathe. Breathe with me. Continue. And you can be doing this in a chair. I'm going to turn 3/4 view just so you can see what I'm doing. You can continue facing camera as you like. Gather. Exhale. One more. And now we're going to gather the hands in, place them on the lower dantian. Take a moment with your eyes closed. Put a little smile on your face, or a bigger one if you can today. Breathe into that lower dantian. So this area is called the lower dantian. And essentially it represents one of the 3 minds that are in your body. So there's the upper mind, this is your monkey mind. There's the center of your body, the heart of awareness, and here in the center of consciousness. This is the great place called the lower dantian because it's believed this is where all life began. This is where we were parted from our mother at birth. So this is the source of life for each of us. This is why it is a place of meditation. We're going to swing your arms, and now we're going to work the kidneys. It's a water day today here in Philadelphia, so we're going to focus on the water element. We are transitioning from winter to spring. Lift up on the toes, drop on the heels. So again, 3/4, I'm up, drop down heavy. Breathe in. Long exhale, just like you're holding something and you're swinging it behind you. Lift up, drop heavy on the exhale. If you're in an apartment, you may want to be on the soft rug, but otherwise, we'll make people, everyone, you wonder what you're up to. Lift up, drop heavy. Inhale. Three more. Now I'm just going to let your arms swing, close your eyes, bend your wrist so your palms are facing the earth. So I'm going to leave my arms out away from my body like I have an egg underneath my armpit. Soften your face. Be aware of any tingling that you might be feeling in your center of your palms. Now we're just going to pulse the hands. So, like a feather, lift no higher than your hip bones. Exhale. Just press the lowest part of the hips. So breathe in. Maybe the palms come up to the waist. No higher. Exhale. No lower than the hip bones. So just as if you were pressing into a pillow, feel that movement. Nice and slow. If you're seated in a chair, you can do this the same. The goal is to be aware of that energy that you're feeling in the center of your palms. Escape inside your breath. One more. Now we're going to lift the sky. So again, if you're seated in a chair, I'm going to sit sideways here so you can see what I'm doing, but you feel free to keep your chair facing the way it is. Lacing the fingers, you're going to turn your palms out. Inhale, lift your hands into the sky. Push up through the heel of the hands and exhale, part your arms to the side. Empty your body and breath together. Breathe in, lacing the fingers. If you're standing, same movement. Push high into the sky. If you want to lift up onto the toes, if that's an option, feel free. Part the hands, exhale. Nice and slow movement connected to the breath. Be aware of any tingling you feel through the palms or fingertips. Again, lace the fingers, inhale. Push high up into the sky like you're holding up the rain clouds. Lift onto the toes if you're standing, and that's available for you. Lowering the heels, exhale. Good. So today we're really going to focus on connecting the movement with the breath and keeping each movement slow, even, and soft. Just the way I would like you to focus on your breath today. There's a lot of things happening right now that we can't change. One thing you can always control is the sound of your breath. So I want to re-emphasize that. That's an integral part of learning Qigong and the science of taking care of yourself and your body. So now we're going to do heaven and earth. We're going to add a little twist to it. So moving a little closer so you can see, I'm going to be rotating my hands. One palm will turn up, the other will turn down. The lower hand never goes below the waist, so this is where we consider earth. And the palm is going to go up. My palm is facing up. Okay, and I'm going to be pushing up. So if you keep your thumb pointing up, it is going to wrap the tendon around the bone. And this spiral action of the tendon wrapping around the bone is what helps to strengthen the tendon energy. Okay, so I'm going to cross my arms again. I'm going at 3/4 view so you can see what I'm doing. Push the hand into the sky. The other one's at waist height. Knees are bent. Twist. So the arm that's in the sky, that's the direction you're going to twist. And push up through the palm. Press down through the heel of the hand. Turn to look over the shoulder if you can. Come back to center on the inhale. And the hands glide past each other. Palm toward the earth, hand to the sky. Exhale, twist. Looking up toward the hand in the sky. And back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And breathe in. Inhaling as the hands cross. Exhale. Twist. Breathe in. Try this with a grin on your face. Exhale as you twist, pressing the palm up. Come back. Breathe in. Exhale. One more to the other side. Breathe in and exhale. Again, bring your hands to your abdomen. Close your eyes. Notice the difference in how your arms feel. Soften your face. We're going to do a little bit of shaking the tree just to get rid of any stagnant energy. So again, we've done this before. Whether you're in a chair, you can just use the arms, lifting and dropping. If you're standing, the knees are bent and you're going to shake. Okay? So shake and let the hands flick. If you're having issues keeping both the shoulders and the hands moving, focus more on the shoulders. This is where you hold a lot of tension, and our goal here is to let go of that tension through the neck and shoulders. So focus on your exhale as you shake. Shaking the tree. Imagining you're trying to get the fruit out of the top of the tree. Feet stay planted on the ground. Long exhale. And do 2 more long exhales. One more. Good, and gently bring yourself back to standing. Widen your feet a little bit. We're going to make little fists. We're going to tap. So the hand tapping is at the hip bone, and the other hand is going to be at the tailbone. So we'll start low. We're going to go up a couple of ribs. So let's start just by swinging the hips. So the hip moves and the shoulder follows. The hips are the center of your body. Everything else sits above it or hangs below it. So keeping that little fist, let your hip move first. If your knees are locked, it's nearly impossible. So keep those knees bent. Remember to stay loose. And the shoulders are just following the hips. The hips begin to move. Little tapping, hip bone to tailbone. Now, come up underneath your ribs in the front and the back of the body. So we're just giving a little tap to the kidneys under the ribs in the back of the body and to the liver on the right side, spleen on the left. Good. And now just wash down the front of your body. Sweep down the front, slide off the front of the legs. One more. Good. Remember, if you have a challenge standing, feel free to use the chair. We're going to do something that's called a 10-part breath. Next, I'm going to demonstrate it in the chair. I'll go back to standing. So sitting forward, keep your feet underneath you. You could even widen your feet a little bit. Okay? We're going to start with your hands in front of your abdomen. Again, I'm turning to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So my hands are going to be facing my body without touching them. And I slide my hands up the front. Wrists are going to start. And then I'm going to lean back just as much as you can, opening the palms. Forward from the waist. So as you exhale, you're going to fold out over your thighs. Bring the crown of your head toward the floor. The hands are going to go inside your feet. You're going to make little circles. If you're able, leaving the arms empty, press your spine up. So roll the chin in and give a little stretch to your spine. Close your eyes. Imagine you're playing in a puddle of water. So you're spiraling the hands in one direction, and we're going to rotate in the other direction. And inhale and slide your hands up the inside of the legs. As you bring your hands behind you, start exhaling. Lift your hands up the spine, as close to the spine as you can. the arms. Slide your hands out under the arms to the fingertips. Wiggle your hands like you're shaking the branches of a tree. And as you exhale, you're going to gather that tree like you're hugging a tree. So again, I'm pushing my spine back, giving that tree a nice big hug. Take a breath in. Place your hands together, lean forward, and press your elbows on the inside of your thigh as you lean forward as much as you can. Follow your hands back into the sky on the inhale. Open your arms. Turn the palms to the earth and exhale. Fold again from the waist. Crown of the head comes back to the ground. So leave your head heavy. And this time, the palms are going to make wider circles on the outside of your feet. So you're circling about 5, 7, 9. You choose a number. And then reverse. Keep your head empty so you can feel the blood flowing through your neck and shoulders. And after you finish your next circle, bring your hands behind your ankles and slide your hands up the back of your legs. Come to the kidneys, back around the front. So now I'm going to repeat this standing. And again, feel free to stay in the chair if you're able to join me standing. It's preferable just to get the energy moving through your body. So I'm going to move this over just a little bit. Again, I'm going 3/4 view so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. They are not touching my body, they're gently away from my body. Knees are bent. Breathe in, slide the hands up the front of the body. The wrist, start the movement. Tuck your tailbone under, squeeze in your glutes, open your hands and heart to the sky. Take a deep breath in and smile. As you start to lean forward, draw your abdomen in. Bend the wrists so the palms are flat. Exhale, turn your head to the floor. Let your head hang heavy. Make circles with your palms. Circling the earth. Just allow your hands to be weightless and effortless movement through the arms. Movements coming from your shoulder. Just allow the palms to be like pendulums on the end of a string. Breathing in, bring your hands up the inside of your legs. Slide them around to the kidneys. Breathe in as you bring your hands up the back of your spine, under your arms, out under the arms. Shake the tree. Shaking your wrist. Roll the shoulders, bring the hands together on the inhale. Palms together. Legs are wide. Exhale. Come into a squat. If it's not possible, just do the best that you can. Remember, there's no judgment here. Press into your palms. Follow your hands with your eyes. As you inhale, then follow the hands back up into the sky. Part the hands. Turn the palms toward the earth. And exhale, the hands are wide outside of the feet this time. Turn the head to the earth. Circle. Again, with your eyes closed, just imagine you're playing in a big water puddle. Warm, fresh water. Breathing in, bring your hands at the back of the leg to the kidney point. So right above the hips. Bring the hands around the front without touching. Wrist, start the movement into the sky. So breathe in. Tuck the tailbone under, lean back. Put a smile on your face. You're looking to the sky. We're happy it's still there. Bend the wrist. Exhale, fold from the waist. Bring the crown of the head to the floor, so your head is heavy. Hands are hovering above the earth. Little circles, and again, just notice if you're feeling any tingling in the center of your palm. Reverse in the other direction. Breathing in now, slide your hands on the inside of your legs, sliding the hands all the way up to the groin, the quad. Bring your hands behind you to the kidney points, up the spine, under the arms. Slide your hands out under the arms. Shake the branches of your tree. Hug the tree. Palms together. Exhale. We're going to go down as low as you can. Palms together. Press the elbows into the knees. Looking at the hands. We're going to follow them back into the sky on the inhale. So breathe in, lift up. Open your arms. Turn the palms to the earth. Fold from the waist on the exhale. Again, the hands hoover. This time they're on the outside of the feet, not the inside. Circles can be bigger. The crown of the head stays facing the earth. So the very top of the head sinking down toward the ground. Your eyes closed. Just notice that sensation of the blood flowing through your neck and shoulders and up around your mind. Reverse the direction of your circle. Bring your hands up the back side of your legs this time. Inhaling. And we're going to come back around to the front for one more round. So again, the wrists start the movement, sliding the hands up the front of the body. Follow your hands into the sky, keep the knees bent, squeezing your glutes to protect yourself as you lean back, opening your heart, big smile. Exhale, bend the wrists, fold from the waist. Bring the crown of the head to the earth. Make circles with your palms over the earth. Let your head hang heavy. Invite the blood to flow through your neck and shoulders and around your mind. Reverse the direction of that circle. Little circles inside the legs. Next inhale, place your hands on the inside of your legs, slide them up the long meridian, around the groin, to the kidneys, up the back of the body, under the arms, along the underside of the arms, shake the tree, hug the tree. Palms together, exhale. Inhale, lift up. Opening the arms, turn the palms back to the earth. Last time as we fold forward, make bigger circles with your palms facing the earth. Again, just imagine you're swirling around a big puddle of mud or water, whatever would bring you joy today. Reverse in the other direction. Inhale, slide the hands up the back of the legs. Bring your hands around to your abdomen. Now we're going to spiral. So the palms are touching the abdomen and I'm just making circles, like a little massage for my abdomen. Left hand is over the right for women. Right hand is on top for the men. That's just a tradition of placement. Do whatever feels right for you. Spiral down smaller and smaller. Come into stillness. And again, close your eyes, just soften those shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. And just be aware if you're feeling any tingling throughout your body. If you are, that's what we call Qi. Qi is the word, it means energy, or the life force that's within us and in everything in the universe, even a blade of grass. So right now I'm going to come closer to you, and we're going to review those pressure points that we've gone over in the past. So what we're going to do is to use your ring finger, place it on the inside of your eye. So come in closer. You're going to be right above the tear duct on the edge of the nose. We've gone over these before, but since it is spring and there's going to be pollen, maybe not so much today, this is a reminder. Rotate the fingers in circles. And then reverse. So the tradition is to do around 8 or 9 circles, but you can pick as many as you like when you're doing this on your own. For this purpose, we're just going to do 8 each direction. So make 8 circles next to the nostrils. Again, there will be a little indentation in each of these areas that we are touching, so you'll feel a little soft spot. Reverse in the other direction. Now bring your hands down under the corner of your lips, right at the jawline. Make circles. If this feels a little tender, just go back to it and put a little more time into it later. 8 circles in the other direction. Now take your index finger or your ring finger and your middle finger and slide them up to your jaw and make 8 circles, right where the jaw opens and closes. And reverse. Now bring your hands to the corner of your eyes and slide them to the hairline, right at the temples. You can put a little more pressure, so we use 2 fingers in this area. Make 8 circles in both directions. Again, if it feels really tender or enjoyable, just come back to this at any other time. You don't have to remember all of these points when you're doing your own practice. The ones that spoke to you are the ones that are asking for you to go back and do more. Come right from the middle of your eye up to the hairline in your eyebrow and make 8 circles. Again, I'm using my ring finger. We tend to press more with the middle and index finger, so this just gives us a little more gentle pressure on the face. Reverse in the other direction. Now, bring your fingertips to the middle of your forehead, and just like you're stretching out your skin, we're going to repeat that, parting the fingers from the middle of the forehead out to the hairline. Good, one more. Now bring your ring finger or middle finger from under the ear, slide it back to where the hair and the skin meet. And again, you're going to feel a little indentation. That's where you want to stick your fingers up in that little soft spot. Make 8 circles. And then reverse in the other direction. This is really nice if you get headaches or even if you've been doing a little bit too much computer time. Tilt your chin in now and slide your middle finger and index finger under the skull to where the skull and the spine meet. Take your fingers and you're going to roll them up underneath the base of the spine. So slide up the spine, lift up underneath, and make 8 circles. Let the head hang heavy over those fingers. Get a little more pressure, moving in a little deeper. Feels really nice. Now you're going to take your middle finger. You can use both fingers to trace a line up to the crown of your head, and then just leave one finger there and press straight down. So this place between the synapse of the 2 halves of the brain, we push straight into this point and sustain it for about a minute or however long feels right for you. This is a headache point, so if you struggle with headaches, this point helps to open up the pathways between 2 halves of the central nervous system. Release. Again, try to remember that point. That's why we've gone over these a few times. If you struggle with sinus issues or you feel like you're getting a little head cold, this might be something that will help give you some relief. Now we're going to do a little ear massage. We haven't done this the last couple of times, but it's important to keep circulation moving into the ears. There's 42 pressure points in this area. So give a vigorous rub when you're rubbing, and usually you want to use both hands. I typically have learned to put your thumb behind the ear with one hand and then rub with the other thumb on top. So you're really scrubbing the tissue. And get up around the top, underneath the top upper earlobe. This is an area that will help with anxiety. So give a good little rub. Go down the earlobe on the outside, and then with your thumb behind the earlobe, use the other thumb to scrub on the inside. It's going to feel really, really weird, and that's okay. If you're not used to it, of course it's going to feel strange and look a little weird, but it's very helpful for your body. Get around the earlobes. And then when the ear feels nice and warm, go to the other side. So again, I traditionally start at the top. There's no rhyme or reason. You can choose any side, either side, whatever side. Start in the middle if you want. Just keep a vigorous warming motion, rubbing that earlobe around the upper part to the earlobes. One hand behind, the other hand in front. Vigorous on the inside. Now we're going to take your fingertips and we're going to comb over the face, up to the hairline, so straight back. Just combing from the hair to the back of the head. Use the fingertips. If you have nails on the ends of your fingers, this will feel quite lovely. A little head massage. We're going to come back to a little bit of head massage later when we do our pounding. But for now, we're going to take a little break and we're going to do something for the eyes, for eye fatigue. So since you've probably gotten a little more technical input than your eyes are used to, look straight up with your eyes and stretch up as high as you can, as if you were trying to look on the inside of your mind. Sustain that stretch. Keep your forehead relaxed if you can. Close your eyes. Now opening your eyes, look at 11 o'clock, stretching the eyes up. Now move the eyes to 10 o'clock. All the way to the side, and keep your eyes open, stretching as if you were trying to see someone behind you without moving your head. That's a good way to think about it. Look down into the right or left, whichever direction you started the movement. Down near the cheekbone, looking to the side and down. Now look all the way down and go to the other side. So when you're stretching your eyes, imagine you're tracing the numbers on a clock. And each time you move to a new number on the clock, you're going to stretch the eyes and try to open them a little wider, just to get all those muscles engaged. Come all the way up again. Close your eyes. When we open the eyes, we're going to look up and in like you're trying to look at the inside of your eyebrows. And now roll your eyes down to the tip of your nose, back up, down, and make big circles with your eyes in one direction 3 times, stretching through all those muscles. Close your eyes. Opening them, repeat in the other direction. So stretch and lift, going around. Try to keep the head still as much as you can. Go into the end of your nose, back up the bridge of the nose, close the eyes. Good. Now opening your eyes, I'm going to transition again, back a little bit, and we're going to go to the chair. We're going to change levels of activity depending on where you are in your stamina today. Maybe it's nap time because it's 3 o'clock. But we're going to take some time sitting in the chair, so you stay there if you're already there. And we're going to do a little hip opener. So again, I'm sitting 3/4 view so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to bring your ankle over top of your leg, and if you can't lift it high, just leave it low, right? Keep the spine tall, and the leg is either crossed at the ankle or however high you're able to get it on the leg. Lift the ribs up, fold out over top of that leg. Point your chin out so the neck and spine is long. Look down towards your foot. Come out as far as you can, and then roll the shoulders forward and let your arm hang. Let your head relax. Breathe long, slow, and soft. And see if you can let your arms slide a little forward to open up the space between the shoulder blades a little more. Drawing the abdomen in, press the spine back. Curl up through your body, one vertebrae at a time. Unwind that leg. Let's go to the other side. So our goal here is just to bring circulation in through the body. Lift the spine, point the chin out, fold from the waist. And release those hips. Instead of judging yourself, just assess. Does one side feel tighter than the other? Let your chest and arms hang forward, drop your head, and practice not holding on to anything. Draw the abdomen in, press your spine back, curl up through your body. Unwind your leg. Take a breath. While we're here, we're going to do the pressure points of the feet. Then we're going to stand back up and do a few more things standing. But again, remember all the nerve endings in your body start at your spine. They end in your hands and your fingers. So that's why these areas are very important to keep open. We'll do some more rubbing of the palms in a bit, but I want you to bring your hands, cross your ankle over as much as you can. If you're fortunate to have someone else in your home with you, maybe you can talk them into doing this together as a team. You can do it with each other. So bring your hand to your foot. I'm going to take my sock off so you can see my foot a little clearer instead of having black on its pants. Can't see as much. So I'm taking my index finger and thumb, like pinchers, on both hands, and I'm going to rub around the heel of my foot under the ankle. So this is an area that's uterine and prostate glands in this area. If you are a woman and you're near your cycle, it may feel a little tender, that's normal. But this is a nice way to get some blood flowing into those tissues that could be swelled. So just get a little massage in there. And then we're going to take both your thumbs. So the thumbs are helpful because you can get a little more pressure. And we're going to go from the heel up the inside of your arch. And just press, bringing from the inside of the feet to the outside of the feet. And you're going to do the same thing on the top of the foot. So I'm using both thumbs, and I'm going to go from the ankle down toward the toe, pressing in between the space between each toe and that little gap on the top of your foot. Again, if it feels tender, just return to it once we're through this hour. It's an easy thing to do anytime that you're sitting doing another activity. Okay, now I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to pull my toes back. I'm not sure you can see this. I'm trying to find an angle where you can see what I'm doing with my foot. Okay, so here's my hand. My toes are going to pull back. This hand's going to come into a claw, and I'm going to massage under my toe line on the ball of the foot. So I'll just keep rotating to give you different angles, but massage under the toes, right at the toe line. Next, you're going to take your hands, again, using your pincher fingers, index finger and thumb. We're going to massage each toe. So we're going to go starting with the little toe. It doesn't matter which toe you start with, but you're going to be rubbing the top, bottom, and sides simultaneously. Start at the base of the toe, come to the tip, and then give a little pinch at the tip of the toe. We'll go through each one, giving a massage to the sides, top and bottom, starting at the base, going all the way to the tip, and a pinch at the end. And just notice where you might be feeling a little tender. No need for concern. Just spend a little extra time giving a little extra massage. And when you've gone through each toe, next you're going to pull the toes back. Take your hand and lace your fingers in between each toe. You may have seen that little fad of toe socks. This will do the same thing. You're going to rotate the ankles. So my fingers are thread in between my toes, just like I'm holding my foot instead of a hand. You can see that. Rotate the ankles. Other direction. Good. Both hands, give a nice vigorous rub from the ankle to the toes and back again a couple of times. Pinch. Good. Now we're going to switch to the other side. So give you a second. Place one sock. Bring the other leg up. And just as we did before, so we're going to start around the ankle. Again, I'm removing my socks so you can see what I'm doing. You'll want to take yours off to get those toes a good massage anyway. This is a great time with all this space and place inside that home that you're paying for to actually embrace this little moment, embodying that place that you call home. Taking care of yourself, because the body that you live in is the other home that you've always been living in. One that you may have been avoiding being in as much as you've been in your own home sometimes. So the house that you live in is the external representation of the body that you live in. Bring the thumbs from the heel up to the ball of the foot on the inside, or underside of the foot, excuse me. Start near the inside and move to the outside. Just repeat that stroking. Again, if it feels tender, just go back to it. I forgot a point on the other side, but we'll catch it here, and you can go back at your own end of the other foot. Use your thumb. Press right under the ball of the foot. If you're able to, use your ankle or your elbow and bend forward. The point is right under the ball of the foot. Okay, so press in, little circles, it's the kidney point. Pull the toes back, use your fingers, and rub under the ball of the foot. So give a little massage at the base of the toes. This feels really nice. If it feels tender, again, just give it a little extra attention later as it's asking for you to do so. And then we're going to take index finger and thumb on both hands and go through each toe, rubbing. So I'm just rubbing all the way up from the base of the toe to the tip of the toe. Give a little squeeze or a pinch at the tip of the toe. Go through each one at a time. Pinch. Going all the way to the top of the toe. Hold them back. Place your fingers in between each of those toes. Just like you're holding onto your foot, rotate your ankle. Reverse in the other direction. Now, both hands rub the top and bottom of your foot. Give yourself a nice warm rub the foot. Remember, this is something that you can do at any time and it doesn't cost anything. But it's a nice way to bring blood into the extremities. And remember, this is the tip of the toe is where the nerve ends of your brain is. So it's probably nice that your feet aren't wearing stilettos every day to work if you're one of those people that did so. Now we're going to come back. Notice as you put your feet on the floor the difference in how they feel. We're going to come back to standing. So if you want to join me, we're going to use a little bit extra muscles for this. So swing your arms to the side, up to shoulder height. Try lifting up out of the chair. Laying back. We're going to do that 2 times. And on the 3rd time, we're going to lift all the way up. Good. Use the chair or your countertop or whatever you have nearby. And we're going to do the leg swings. So again, we're opening up the hips. So the arm and leg is going to swing opposite of each other. If you struggle with balance issues, I'm going to remind you of how to help to get the whole bottom of the foot on the ground. So with my hand, I'm demonstrating this is what you're going to be doing with your foot. I'm going to lift the toes up. So I don't know if you can see my toes, that's why I'm using my hands. Lift your toes, spread them out, and then lay your toes flat on the ground. And you'll feel the whole surface of your foot connected to the ground. Sink the weight into one leg. Lift the other foot. And remember in the beginning, your movement doesn't have to be big. It's not about how much you go into the movement, it's about what's comfortable for you. What I'd like you to focus on instead is keeping your ribs up, away from your hips. So you're going to stop whenever you need to with your foot. But otherwise, the arm and leg swing opposite. I'm going to put to my wall here. Use that chair if you need to for support. And just go in a way that works the best for you. And now shift the weight into the other leg. If you need to switch to the other side, I'm going to just turn this way, just so you can see I'm using the opposite arm and leg. And if I need the chair, it's right there for me to hold on to. So you're going to choose what works for you. One thing that's also helpful is for you to find something across the room from where your computer is, or just above it, depending on the height of your computer. Stare at something that doesn't move on the wall. Let that be your focal point. And slowly lower the leg. Good. Now, bring your toes together and move your heels out. Keep your heels where they're at. Lift the toes and bring them parallel to the hips. Bend your knees a little bit. Imagine that you have a hula hoop on the ground. We're going to do a whole body movement first. So I'm going to start, shoulders and hips are making a circle, like I'm circling around hula hoop. Now reverse in the other direction. Now bring your hands to the bottom of your ribs and try to keep your upper body still circling the hips. Go in the other direction. This is very difficult to do if your legs are straight, so keep them bent. arms. We're going to go to serving tea. We did this before. It does need a lot of arm mobility, so if you are having a hard time standing and you need to sit, I invite you to sit on the corner of your chair again so you're forward. And I'm doing this to just demonstrate what we're going to be doing. Leaning forward, and your hand's going to stay up to the sky. So you can see my thumb is pointing up, and that's really the secret. We will be doing this standing, but if you need to sit, I'm just showing you how the movement. Roll the shoulder. Make circles with your body. As I stand, you're going to be able to see what I'm doing a little easier, but the key here is to rotate the wrist. So if you have mobility issues and you can't lift your arms up over your head, I want you to practice at least doing this much with your wrist. Big circles. And see if you're able to keep your elbow up, and just like you're stirring a pot with your hand, rotate the wrist. Okay? So that's one option if you're not doing a standing. But it's a little easier to get the full movement, and you'll see how we were doing those hip rotations. You're going to repeat that with this arm movement. So in a chair, we're going to try to make open circles. Now I'm going to stand. Remember, the palm stays facing the sky. If you have a teacup or something, you may want to put one in your hand and play with it, but we're just going to work on getting the movement down. So again, I'm going at a 3/4 view so that you can see what I'm doing with my body. Hands going to be facing up at waist height. Knees are bent. Exhale, slide the arm back and curl the wrist. Lift your elbow. Keep your knees bent and turn your tailbone under and make a big circle into the sky. See how my hips went forward? And now as my hand comes forward, my hips go back. Slide the arm back, curl the wrist, roll the shoulder. Lift your teacup into the sky. Bring the palm forward. Exhale, draw back. I'm just going to make different directions of the movement in my body so you can see what my body is doing. The movement is like a figure 8. So the arm goes back, curl the wrist, roll your shoulder. Lift your elbow, circle into the sky. Exhale, draw the elbow back, curl the wrist, roll the shoulder, lift the elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Go nice and slow. Roll the shoulder, lift the elbow, make a circle. Exhale. Curl the wrist. Inhale. Lift your palm to the sky, make a big circle. Now we're going to reverse the direction of that movement. So bring your arm out to the side, behind you. Thumb up. Curl the shoulder. So see from the side, I'm just bringing my palm straight down. Keep that palm up. Turn the palm forward. Lift your teacup into the sky. Make a big circle into the clouds. Exhale. Breathe in. Circle to the sky. Exhale. Inhale. Opening the heart and lungs. Exhale, opening the spine and kidneys. Notice that my body stays nice and lubricated. Let's change arms. So this hand's going to come, the arm you were just using, just let it rest on your abdomen or your hip, or just let it hang to the side. Other side, elbow slides back, curl the wrist, roll the shoulder, make a circle into the sky. Exhale, draw that elbow back, curl the wrist. Lift the elbow, make a circle into the sky. Exhale, curl the shoulder, lift your elbow up, make a circle. Exhale, curling, lift up, feel thumbs opening into the sky. Exhale, draw the elbow back, curl the wrist. Why do we do this movement? Because as you do this movement, you're lubricating the joints. We're reversing. Bring your arm behind you, turn your hand forward, lift your teacup straight up into the sky, make a circle into the clouds, roll the shoulder, palms still up, turn the wrist forward, lift your teacup into the sky, inhale, and exhale. Once more, breathe in, and exhale. Both hands to your abdomen for a moment. Just take a moment. Maybe you need to rotate your shoulders a little bit or squeeze the shoulder blades in and release them. Take a breath, let your arms hang. We're gonna do the full movement with both arms. So remember, while we do this, just do what you can and laugh if you mess up, because it's really important to keep laughter going through your body. It's what keeps the joy in your cells. You're going to keep your arms in front and let them cross without touching. So we cross them and pull both elbows back. So here my shoulder blades are squeezing in. Now open the shoulder blades and bring your elbows out like wings. Curl the wrist. Roll forward from the side, pushing my spine back. Tuck under the tailbone as you lift your hands, open your heart and lungs to the sky. Bring your arms out and around. Exhale, roll the spine, tucking the tailbone under. Cross the arms, draw the elbows back. Curl the shoulders. Bring the hands forward. Keeping that tailbone tucked under, open your heart, smile into the sky. Exhale, hands come back to the center. We're going to reverse. So this time the hand's going to come up, open your heart, big smile into the sky. Turn your thumbs up to keep the wrist up. This is where it's awkward. Bring your arms behind you. Curl the hands forward. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, in the kidneys and spine. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your hands together. Rub your hands together. We're going to do a little tapping before we end today. So if you have that sock filled with beans or a whisk broom. One woman was using a whisk broom in our class. Whatever you have found that allows you to do some tapping, you can use that, or just use your fingertips or a light fist. It works just as well. I'm going to come a little closer to the screen so you can see that I'm doing the upper part of my body. It's tapping. Again, anything that you have that is going to give you a little gentle pressure, whether it's something like a sock, or just use your hand. We look at the arms and legs as if they have planes. Top, two sides, and a bottom. So go on the outside, and when you come down, part the fingers, go on the side of the finger. Inside, down to the thumb, sides of the fingers, under the arm, coming to the palm. Back up the arm. Tap gently with your fingertips across your chest. And go the other side, tapping. Down the top of the arm, into the fingers. Go down the inside, side of the fingers, outside. Why do we do this? To stimulate circulation and to slough off any extra dead cells that are still in the tissues. Under the arm, really get good into the crease of the elbow, down to the palms. Come back up and go underneath your arm. Tapping again, use the pressure that works for you. Fingertips or knuckles, or maybe you have that sock stuffed with beans. As you go down the rib cage, remember there's lymph nodes underneath the arm and into the chest. So come across your chest, down at the bottom of the rib cage. Other side, so lift the arm, go under the armpit first. Up, start at the top going down. And when you get to the abdomen, just give a little engagement to your abdomen so that you don't feel like you're knocking the wind out of your body. Remember, this area feels a little tender. Right under the rib cage is your diaphragm. So that's natural to feel that tenderness in there. Spend a good bit of time on this. It helps to reduce gas in the intestines. Gets the circulation moving. Now we're going to go to the back. So lean forward, tap along the spine, from the middle of the back as high as you can down toward the pelvic bone. Go to the other side. Go to the pelvic bone. Come up, back up underneath your shoulders. You're going to go in between the shoulder blades. Go down the spine again to the tailbone. And then you're going to go across the glute, down the back of the leg. It's the kidney meridian. I am using the sock. Remember, if you're in a chair, that's no excuse. You can still do this in a chair. Tap on the outside of the leg. Front of the leg. Inside of the leg. And now the other side. So start at the top, always starting at the top and washing down. So if you think of water on a hill, it's always flowing down. And when we're moving the energy, we're going to bring it down and out. So I did the back, the side, now I'm going down the front of the leg, down the inside of the leg. If you want to balance and get the bottom of the foot, you can do a little more tapping on the bottom of the foot, with the hand or whatever you have to tap with. Good. And when you're finished, take your fingertips. Remember I said we were coming back to the face. Just tap gently on your face. Coming up the front of the face, to the side of the head. Tilt your chin forward with the back of the head. A nice tapping all around every pressure point. Tilting that chin forward so you get the back of the head under the skull. Come back up the center. Down the front of your face. Rub your hands together and get them nice and warm. Lay your palms over your face. Keep a light touch. Just stay with me for this. We're a little over 4 o'clock, but I want you to put your fingertips softly on your skin, gently as if you have fresh spring water, all that's falling from the sky. Make a nice soft touch. Lifting the hands up, around the outside edge of the face, up and around. And now bring the hands all the way to the crown of the head, over the ears to the bottom of the neck. Lift your chin. Slide your hands up the front of your throat, barely touching your skin. Top of the head, over the ears, under the chin. One last time. Breathe in. Let your hands slide down your throat, palms come together. Close your eyes for a moment. Bring a smile onto your face. Remember, no one else can see that smile. That smile is for you. Breathe in and draw that smile deep into your cells. Direct that smile into your body. Feel your body swelling with breath. As you exhale, let go of everything you don't need. Thank you for joining me today. As you move through the rest of today and the rest of the week, remember your breath is with you wherever you go. It doesn't cost anything. You can simply close your eyes, turn off any music or noise in the room, go inside your breath. It's a great place to escape. If you haven't escaped into a book yet today, try that too. They both work wonders for changing the thoughts that you have going through your brain. I hope you have a wonderful day. Maybe I'll see you next Monday at 10:30 or Thursday at 1:30. Bye-bye.